Hi everyone, welcome to this video. In this video, we will learn how to make these nice mockups. We'll learn how to use some part of the community mockups that are made by the community, and also we'll learn about some plugins to learn to do mockups. Also, we'll create our first UI with AI. Now it's a UI with AI, but we've learned these things. So let's get started. The first thing it's like I will create a new file in Figma, but in this file, I don't have anything. I will show you one program that it's really interesting, that it's called Wizard. If we look for UICARD in Google, we will get Wizard. And we could just like in here sign up for an account. And in this account, we will get to our normal account. You'll just need to register. It's a kind of premium. Remember that premium is something that is free. And then if you go above, I think, 2 projects, they will start charging you. But it's why I'm using this. It's a really interesting tool. It's something like Figma without like all the community part. But what I like about this thing is like I could generate with Auto AI Designer. And in here, for example, I want something for mobile, and I want to create an e-commerce based in the concept of jungle. It should be simple to use and be really colorful. I would like to have this one to have blue and orange. They are the colors of my brand. In here, I could describe a design style, mysterious but colorful, similar to Adidas. I like that it's modern and could be technological. Okay, so in here, the more descriptive that you could be will be better. I hear you could be if you want it to be dark. I want it to be light. I want to be artsy and I want to be elegant. Now it will start generating, but it's something that it's as a start. It's really nice. It will create this UI inside App Wizard. We will just use it as an inspiration to then move it to Figma, and from there we will create these mockups that are really interesting. So we'll wait. I think it will take at least 2 minutes for it to finish loading. I will go to my Figma, and as I said, uh, it will be a mobile. So I will go for the mobile. Could be phone. We'll go for let's go for an iPhone 14 Pro Max. And in here, I will place my first interface. UI, you will see that it will create a lot of screens, or not a lot, but enough. I will create something with these 4 screens. And what I would like to create, it's something as this. As I said, I want to create this kind of the computer screen with this nice visualizations. So I will also create one desktop, and that desktop will be part of my visualization. So I will go to frame, I will go to desktop, and in here I will go to I will put it for a Mac Pro of 16 inches. My client said that everything needs to be Apple, so and that's good. That was imagine a constraint that we'll use. And I think now my UI it's completed. It's creating all the components. But as you said, as you see it, like it created like the number of the of everything. It created many components. You could use I invite you to use the tool and also start exploring what are the possibilities. It's a whole new tool as it's Figma, but the interesting thing about this tool is that has many generative possibilities. But I use it to just have like a simple start. So I will just like screenshot some of the things that I have in here. Sorry, UI wizard, but I would like to use it in Figma. I could also duplicate some things in here. Uh, I will not do it. I will just use some of the things that are done in here. So I will just like a screenshot this Jungle Kicks menu. I will have this one in here. I will just scale it with a K and in there, and I will make my screen size of the screen. And lastly, I will go to maybe this one that it seems like really nice, the product details. and I will just screenshot. I will I could go like until this review. I could make it in different parts, but it's not really important for this exercise, so we'll just have until here. So now I have from start some really nice interface about like my e-commerce about shoes. So let's start with this inspiration. Imagine that I took like a lot of time creating this content. I have a presentation with a client and I want to impress them with the great designs that I made. For that, Figma has some great tools that has done as plugins. Remember that plugins are these third parties that people upload and could be used by the users. So in this case, we are the users, we're able to use them. So let's go to plugins. And the first one that I would like to talk about is artboards. Artboards, we will put in here artboards mockup and we will click this one. Artboard's mockup, it's really interesting, has a lot of mockups that we could use. Like some of them, the one that have like this lock has are like the one that we need to pay for, but there are a lot of free things that we could use. I recommend you to stick to the ones that doesn't have many elements involved, because if you try, sometimes I tried with the ones that have like two elements and they are kind of complicated, or they doesn't load the best. Let's wait for the interface to load. Um, Normally it doesn't take that much time. If it takes longer, I will just come back to this one. Here I could have like any many kind of things. Here I will just see like some electronics. I'm interested in watching, uh, particularly the phones. Uh, doesn't seems to be loading, so maybe we'll come back to this one. Let's go for the second one, and then we'll return to our boards. Let's go to clay. Clay, it's really interesting because it allows us to create like some different kind of views. For example, in here, I could select actually the frame that I have selected, and I could create 3D views of my elements. So it's really interesting. You could see that in here I'm using an iPhone 11. I could use many other different elements. And I could, like, for example, I like this view, or for example, my client asked me for this kind of view for the web page, and I will just like save it as an image. I could put the device color. I think it, or for me, has been kind of complicated to put like the device color. Sometimes I will put it that it's black. Sometimes it could get kind of stuck, but then I will just click save image, and as you could see, now I have this image. So really interesting in view. And now I have another one that I like better than clay, and it's called Vectari. Vectari are it's this one that allows us to create this also these 3D elements and spin them, and we'll see that has some more options, and it's really interesting. Let's see, for example, this one. I like the devices more. Here I have my phone, and in here I could select, for example, this view, and I could pressing here apply frame. Vectari, what I like, it will apply the frame that we're selecting. And here you could see that apply this whole frame. It kind of crunched it. I could just like put it to the size, and also we could create this kind of shadows. I like what I like about the vectors. For example, sometimes it's kind of difficult to get the layout correctly, so we could get the layout that they recommend us. So for example, in here I could paste like the my interface that I created. For example, I could paste it in here, and I will just like scale it, and I now have a vectorial layout, and I will apply it to the frame with the measurement that it had. Uh, it's really interesting. I could make like really interesting views, and with these nice shadows that we could opt in or opt out, and then I could click finish, and I will see that I have this visualization in here. Uh, I could use it, for example, for my website. In here, I could have like this sort of view, and I also could have another one in the left. I will then, For example, I could use many other things that I also would like to show you about Vectari. Vectari has also many kind of elements, not just like this electronics. For example, you could do it, you could put it in a hand, like, and that's interesting. It's like I could apply this Vectari to this hand, and it's like I could put it in here, like I could apply frame, and I could put it in the hand of my user. So now I have it in here. You also could apply it to so many other things. There are like many options that you could find interesting. And now, for example, I could use this one in here. I will just put this one in here, and I will put this one here. So it's real interesting the things that could be done. I could put this one also in here, and I could play with my interface, for example, for creating this kind of interesting websites. Like I will put in here our next best thing. I will then just make my text bigger. Remember that I will use K or in here the scale, and I will select my text that says our next best thing, and I will put it in here, and I could put it behind the image, and it will look really nice. Our next best thing is, I think, this image is in here. So in here you could see that our next best thing is now behind the text. So I could put like this in two levels. I could also play with the contrast. In here, for example, it seems kind of saturated. So in here I could just like add a little bit of more of contrast, or I could play with whatever I want. And that's how I created, for example, this kind of screen. And I could also now make one screen with a laptop. So for example, now I could go to Vectory and create one screen for a laptop. I like the MacBook layouts. For example, in here, I could look for this computer, and as now I know it's that a MacBook Pro of 16 inches. I will put it in here, and I will put the element in here. I will just apply frame, and now I have my my website. So I just made three visualizations really quickly. So now I have these ones. I could also, for example, if I like this image and it will be used in something, it's really important that we learn how to export these images. So in here, what I could do is like go in here, export, and I could go and export the vector texture. Remember that here what it says is the name of our element. So if I put here image of computer, then it will says in here image of computer, export image of computer, and then it's downloaded, and now I have the image with the constraints of the or not the constraints, the pixels or the actual size that we made it. So it's really nice to create these PNG images and really nice mockups that we could use in presentations, that we could use like directly in Figma. And lastly, but not least important, there's, as I said, there's a community that is really big in Figma. And there are many mockups that you could use. And for example, you could select many of them. And here, I like this one, for example. And I will select and open it in Figma. And I could just, like, for example, see that it's just an image. I have it open in here, but I will just wait to, like, here I could go and see what it's inside this frame. It's the vector, and also like this like elements. It's a frame one, and also we have these frames that are in here. It's just information, so it's not really important. What I would like to show you, it's like I will just copy or cut these images and paste it in my mockup screen. And now what I will do, it's imagine that I want to create, I love this image, and I want to create a mockup with this one. So what I could do, it's I could make like these 4 points in here, and then I will be able to place an image above this one. So in here, I will just click down. Remember that I'm using the pen icon, and from that, I will just go to a plugin that it's called angle mockup. So in here I will select angle mockup. You could look up for it like also in here, angle mockup, angle mock. I have it in here because it's one of the reasons that I used. But you could look for it, and from there it will select the image that I'm using. For example, it will detect that the MacBook Pro is the one that fits the best in here, so it will create this one. I could put the more density that I want. I also, for example, could like change the orientation if it doesn't fit, or for example, if it's mirrored, I could also like mirror the image. In here I know that this is the one that I would like to use, so I will just place it in here. uh, I will just put well, there it is. I also then will put my phone in here. For example, I will put this one, and I want to create my mockup for these images. So now I just click enter to close my 4 points, and I will just another again go here to plugins, and in here I could go to angle mockup. And in angle mockup, I could select, for example, I know that the vectory is the one that it's really like well cut, so I could put it in here, and I could then just like start mockupping really easily. And in here I have my 4 elements that I just made really easily with the interfaces that we created. We could create in here. We use UI wizard, but we could use our own designs and our own screens to be able to do like really complex and really nice mockups. So this is what the practice that we will do for today, and creating this the challenge that you will have is to create at least 3 different mockups, and from there create one like one create one web page with your mockups, or like with this view of the web page with your mockups. And that's it for this video.